Welcome back, friends. Last Guy here. Time for more Great Ace Attorney Voice LP, and this chair's not squeaky. Holy crap! This allows me to be more mobile and do my voices better and act them out. Alright, so I don't know how much more there is, but it's gotta be maybe 3 more episodes, maybe? And then after that, we'll do Delta Rune Chapter 2, and then we'll come back for Great Ace Attorney 2. So, here we go. You gotta let us have a rabbit and pork, Governor? We got things to say. I beg your pardon? Who do you think you are? Name's Naskulkin. Occupation is professional baddie. Name's Ringo Skulkin, but we ain't baddies enough to sell out our motherland. That's right. We're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers. Oh my god, he's right there, Gregson. They look at him every time. Bad timing, fellas. Very bad timing. Ain't want none of that. Ah, here we go. Let's do this. Raiden's counter. A mere communications officer couldn't possibly steal confidential government information. Besides, the sounds produced by that music box aren't even Morse code. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilded anyway, was it not? I've no relation to the man. Look, all we done is break into Gaff the other night like we had told us to do. What did you told us to do? If we'd known there was dodgy government secrets involved, we wouldn't have touched it. Alright, so they got lines in there too. Mr. Skulkin. What Mr. Do, Governor? What's up? Do I take it that you now admit to the crime? That on the night in question you did indeed gain entry to the premises illegally? And moreover, you did so as a party of 3 in collaboration with Mr. Graydon here? We did, Gov, we did! Oh my god, they admit to it now, alright. Quieten down, please. What say you to that, Mr. Graydon? I have no idea what these 2 ruffians are referring to. Little Rodham, getting us mixed up in all this monkey business. You never said nothing about no government secrets. It was supposed to be a straight-up job. And what about the geezer whose shop was, eh? Oh, Blow didn't have to die, did he? Oh, nice to know who your friends are. Whatever these men say, I deny accusations. I deny these accusations. Indeed. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this little music box to become so significant in the proceedings. However, as it has, I will admit it into the court record as evidence. Small music box has been added. Okay, let's take a look at that. Cross examination coming up. Take a look at the court record. Raiden's counter. Court record. Let me look. Okay. Let's see. Examining the music box. What's this? Oh! What is it, Wuno? I've just noticed something about this music box. It looks like the bottom of it opens up as well. Ah, you're white. Well, come on, Dan. What are you waiting for? Let's open it. Alright then, here goes. Oh, snap! Look at that. There's another movement on the underside. So, does that mean you can set another disc to play back on this side? Yes, I think so. And it looks like the 2 movements are linked together. They're linked? If you had 2 discs, they would both play back at the same time. Yeah, the guy asked about 2 discs. The guy asked, where's the second disc? He did ask that question. Who would have thought there would be a second movement on the underside of the box? And this movement is like the other one. The comb's teeth are the same way. So this movement also only produces a single tone, like the other one? Yes, it must do. Except that the length of the teeth on the 2 combs isn't the same. though the single tone produced by this movement will be different to the single tone we've already heard. What? Basically, each movement can only produce a single note. But the notes they produce are different. A music box that can only play 2 tones. Dots and dashes is my assumption right now. Dots and dashes! My assumption is dots and dashes. See how the 4 Magilla disc sits on the music box the man deposited at Windy Banks? It couldn't be a more perfect fit. But there's no question then. The disc was designed to be played in this music box. Yet despite that, the sounds it produces are neither musical, nor do they appear to have any meaning. It just doesn't make any sense. I wonder if perhaps there's more to this music box than meets the eye. Maybe we haven't discovered all its secrets yet. But we have now. We did that first, I suppose. Alright, let's go do some pressing now. So, is this newspaper headline accurate? Government communications are being intercepted? How could I possibly know? What do you mean by that? Many important government communications are handled by high-level officers, by specialists. General members of staff in the station where I work would never be interested with sensitive information. Oh no, stop! Must say something, stop! Okay, let me guess. Juror number 5. We regular communication station officers aren't as lowly as you're being led to believe. A team of us are responsible for setting up and testing the telegraphs used by the Ministry. And Mr. Graydon is the team leader. That's fascinating. Graydon's highly skilled operator, stop. Currently in presence of idol, stop. She's killing him, by the way. Sir had access to the equipment used for these confidential communications, Mr. Graydon. Well, what of it? The transmissions are always made behind closed doors, so they can't be heard. And in any case, all messages are sent enciphered. Normal employees couldn't possibly understand them. Oh no, stop. Must say something, stop. Oh my god. Mr. Graydon regularly attends meetings with Ministry technicians and the Ministry communications team. He assists them in ensuring that there are no errors in important international communications. And he's received the top prize at the cipher cracking convention 5 years in a row now. That's fascinating. Of all the people! Graydon's highly skilled and operator, stop. Currently in presence of idol, stop. Well, your idol would appreciate it if you'd keep your mouth shut. She should really pick her idols more carefully. I tell you, this lawyer's accusations are completely unfounded. Press again. They're not? To anyone with a brain, that would be blatantly apparent on listening to that music box for even a few seconds. Of course, of course. Surely it can't be that my learned friend is unfamiliar with Morse code. Ouch! He looks genuinely shocked at my ignorance. Who's laughing? I would be more than happy to demonstrate the basics for you, sir. A lesson? Here in court? Morse code is a continuous series of 2 distinct tones. Tones, you say? There it is, dots and dashes. Yes, a short dot and a long dash. By combining those in different ways, you construct letters. I see. For example, this is A. This is B. But when you listen to the sound produced by this music box, you only hear one tone, don't you? But it sounds so similar! The rhythm is the same in everything. But there's no discernible meaning to this apparently random sequence of sounds. So your assertion is fundamentally flawed. This is not Morse code. No! Really, you shouldn't be so surprised. What did I tell you? That music box is nothing but Worthless piece of scrap. Perhaps you might consider studying your subject matter before casting aspersions in future? Ah, stop. Nothing to say, but stop. Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it? Iris? I mean, if the government secrets were somehow being leaked using the music box, so many other things would slide into place so nicely. Could there still be something I haven't considered? Yeah, there would. Would it really be impossible to use this music box somehow to play back Morse code? Give it a try. There's still every possibility that this music box was instrumental in the leaking of government secrets. That's the belief of the defense, at least.
Objection!
Does it please you in some way, my Nipponese friend, to repeat the same line of argument ad infinitum? It's already been established that to be Morse code, 2 tones are required. Dots and dashes. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Then what? Well, it would appear the defense has a hypothesis to put forward. You had better present your idea at once, Counsel. How do you propose that this music box, which appears to produce only a single note, tone, could have been used to decipher secret messages into Morse code? The underside, if you will. Oh, wait, open it up, open it up, open it up. There we go. Now let's present this.
Got it!
Got it! Good gracious! What am I looking at here? Another movement on the underside of the music box? What? It appears, my lord, that the 2 movements are linked together. In other words, you can put 2 discs in this music box, and the sounds of both will play back at the same time. Good heavens! As the court has heard, Morse code comprises of 2 tones, a short dot and a long dash. With the second disc in place, this music box could be used to generate Morse code and convey a message. This is beyond a joke. I'm sorry. This poor excuse for a lawyer has absolutely no evidence to support his claims. Though, of course, if my learned friend were able to present the court with the second disc, that'd be another matter, well? I can't at the moment. And may I remind the court that, as the witness has pointed out, he was not the one in the omnibus with the McGilded 2 months ago, striking a deal over the disc or discs. Indeed, that was Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. Exactly. I had nothing whatsoever to do with it. Though it has holes, I must admit the argument presented by the defense has much promise. I believe the cross-examination should continue. The link between Graydon and the victim of the omnibus case must be there somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. Oh dear. It looks like you need to give your argument more strength, Luna. You'll reiterate your testimony if you please, Mr. Graydon. If I must, though I maintain exactly what I did at the start of this pointless cross-examination. What he said earlier? Yeah, I'm accidentally going into Sholmes' voice, aren't I? Because I'm trying to do Snagglepuss, but Snagglepuss might not work. Like... Yeah, it's just falling into Edgeworth, which is not what I'm trying to do here, but it's what comes out. It was a Murgatroyd. How do I get that voice to work out? He was some low-class brickmaker, negotiating with McGilded anyway. It was not. I have no relation to the man. Okay, something like that. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. Press. Let's do fingers when we do it. So 2 months ago in that omnibus, McGilded killed the brickmaker and stole the disc? Mr. Mason was a single man with almost nothing to his name. It seems he lived in an artisan quarter some years ago, but people there remember little about him. That doesn't make much sense, though, does it? How would a humble brickmaker come to acquire secret government information? How indeed? There must have been somebody else involved behind the scenes in all of this. Somebody acquired the disc and gave it to Mr. Mason in order to take it to the meeting with McGilded and negotiate a deal. Dear me. You may have it in for me, sir, but I assure you, I have far more class than that. An old brickmaker with it from an artisan quarter and this well-to-do communications officer. If only I could find some evidence to link the two of them together. If you have nothing more to add on that note, let us return to the witness testimony. As these guys know.
Hold it!
Like Mr. Graydon told you to do, you mean? That's it, yeah. Who else, eh? Silly me thought we was just popping over for a natter after all them years, but the writer had a dirty job for us. Hey, Ash? Ash? Oh yeah, it's Ashby Graydon, right? Check the court record really quick. Ashley Graydon. Let me stop you there, Mr. Skulkin. After all them years, you say. Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Graydon is an acquaintance of yours? We're the sociable kind of baddies, you know? Sure, let's say Graydon's no China. Look into that in a bit. Enough! Why don't you baddies desist with the fiction? Huh? Obviously, I don't know these men from Adam. Now, for the last time, stop trying to implicate me into your sordid thievery. Okay, this voice sounds better. No, that's bloomin' nice, isn't it, you little turncoat? Fine, if that's how you want it. Two can play that game. We never heard of this geezer before either. Don't know him from Adam. That doesn't make it better for us. Never spoken to him before in my life. Never seen him before. Never, Nash, never. Good grief, such a blatant lie will not stand in my courtroom. Well, all I say is this. Isn't that his line?
Hold it!
So did you know nothing about this music box? We didn't know nothing. We still don't know nothing. And we ain't planning on knowing nothing about it either. But 2 nights ago, you did indeed break into Windybank's pawnbroker, didn't you? In your original testimony, you said that the door of the shop was ajar and that it was like some kind of sign begging you to go in. But the truth is, you were planning to break into the Windybanks all along, weren't you? We were, Gil, we were. You're right there. Because that's what he told us to do. It was his plan. And why was it Mr. Graydon's plan to break into Windybanks that night? Did you not ask the reason? Well, he said the place was full of stuff worth nicking. That's what he told us beforehand, anyway. Turned out it was a load of cobblers, didn't it? They weren't best pleased, I can tell you. In any case, if they know the real reason, it doesn't sound like they're going to give it away. Not yet. All of a sudden, we seem to be up to our necks in a serious matter of national security. Although all this talk about interception of secret government messages is still just conjecture at this stage. It will explain a number of things though, wouldn't it? The negotiation Guinea overheard on the omnibus 2 months ago, and the break-in at Windybanks. But the trouble is, it wasn't Mr. Graydon in the omnibus with Mr. McGilded. No, that was Mr. Mason, the brickmaker, who was so horribly murdered. If only there was some link between the two men somehow. I know, but Mr. Graydon's testimony seems to be as watertight as ever. I wonder What are the key to us making headway with the cross-examination here? Could be those two brothers. What the balls? A pear and an apple. How did they get food there? Okay, now we're gonna do this. Press, and then we'll get the thing. Clicking through. Clicking through.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Mr. Skulkin? Eh? No, the other Mr. Skulkin. What? Who, me? When your brother was testifying just now, he said something that seemed to cause you to react. Oh, I was just remembering the old days, that's all. We used to have a right old laugh together way back when. Together with Mr. Graydon, you mean? Yeah, with Ash, I mean. You look at him now and his fancy whistle with flute, and you wouldn't add him an even. And when we was younger, he was from the poor part of town, just like us. Is that so? But he was always a leery one. He had the brains, he had the savor. Always coming up with smart ideas like what would never have gone through our heads. Oh, blimey, ain't that the truth? Remember Milverton and Skulkin's milk run? That was a corker, eh? Save it until after the trial. Your reminiscing has no place in this courtroom. And neither does your fruit. Oh, the geezer asked us a question, didn't he? And we was answering. Yeah, we ain't done nothing wrong. Nevertheless, the court is not prepared to accompany you on your trip down memory lane. Counsel, can we turn our attention back to the testimony, please? I don't know. Could that sentimental story be relevant somehow? I had a testimony. My lord. Yes, counsel? The brother's last sentimental statement could hold vital information relating to this case. Very well, counsel. I will permit the brothers to supplement the testimony with that detail. Briefly, I hasten to add it. Okay. Now I get what okay, now I get it. Say no more. A Skulkin never Skulkin. Milverton and Skulkin's milk run. Or, them were the days, press. I'm sure I'm going to regret asking, but, what exactly was that? Some kind of business? This little scheme we had going back when we was youngsters. A bit of fun, really. Delivering fresh milk to the locals, that's what it was all about. That sounds alarmingly legitimate. There must be a catch. I suppose since we're here, I should ask them to elaborate, but on what? The business model. Business name, after. So, how did your little business work exactly? Well, every morning down our way, the milkman would come with his car to deliver milk, see? If you stuck your empties outside of your front door, he would leave you them full again, right? So we swooped in on the action. Got people to sign up with us. We promised to deliver milk for half the price of the other geezers doing it. People couldn't wait to sign on the dotted line. We were raking it in, we were. So, did you live on a dairy farm or something? Gordon, Ben, are you off your rocker? We had nothing. We were too poor to have a farm. Right. Now, what we had going on was simply once you had the idea, we just switch them over, you see? Our customers' empties with the full ones from anyone who wasn't on our books. A doddle, right? Alright, I get it. That's also what I was guessing. Huh. I think you meant to say a diddle. And that's a crime. It was just an harmless bit of fun, that's all. Milking the general public in such a fashion is most certainly not harmless, as you put it. Well, it was in what came up with the idea. Ash is the evil genius. You mean Mr. Graydon? Yeah, Ash always had in his head a book when we was growing up. said he was gonna get himself an education and get out of the slums we live in. Cool, we all ragged about him about it, didn't we? Told him he was something I had to even think of it. But look at him now. He's only gone and become a blinking communication, ain't he? A communications officer, Mr. Skorkin. Wait, Shums and Wilson's milk one. No, Iris, don't even think about it. Go back. We won't ask about the other thing. The name. Oh, I can just hold B? Oh, that works. So this business was just a bit of fun, you say? But it was just yourselves, Mr. Graydon, involved? Here we go. Yeah, that's it. Milverton and Skulkin's Milk Run, was it? Yeah, that's it. And where did the Milverton part come from? Oh, right. I thought a clever clogs like you'd have worked that one out. That is... Oh. There it is. Enough of this. How much longer are we expected to listen to this drivel? I don't... Let me guess. You don't accept anything these two witnesses are saying? Tell me, why is it that it was only at the mention of the name Milverton that you decided to interject? Because well... Oh. It weren't the Abbey's homes that one came from. Yeah, his old man was struggling for money so much his wife walked out on him. She took the name Graydon then, see? But that should always be Milverton to us. Milverton. So that used to be your surname, did it? Of course not. This is all bunkum. I've been a Graydon since I was born. Do you think you rely on the testimony of these two thieves, You're a communications officer attached to the civil service. As such, your personal details will have been thoroughly checked at the time of your appointment. It would be a very simple matter indeed to subpoena those records, Mr. Graydon. Ah! Well, it would appear that Mr. and Mrs. Skorkin's testimony has been reliable for once. You were born Ashley Milverton, then. Is that correct? Very well, yes. So Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. A.M. That information could change things, and could turn out to be extremely important. Ashley Graydon's personal file has been updated in the court record. Last name was Milverton years ago. Now how can I use that? The word Milverton anywhere? We're gonna look around for Milverton. Not here. There it is! Mason Milverton male. Thrice-fired Mason was his maybe father or uncle? Mason Milverton. There it is! Now how do we use this? How do we use this to our advantage? There it is. I have no relation to the man. We now found it. This is your relation. Huh. Good job, Sasato.
Objection.
Here we go. Mr. Ashley Milverton. Tell me, why did you try to hide your former name from the court? Because I haven't gone by that name for years. Means nothing to me. No, I don't think that's the real explanation at all. The truth is, you had a reason to hide that name. Explain yourself, please, Counsel. I have here the notes from the omnibus case, my lord. And as we all know, the victim, the man we now understand to have been negotiating with Mr. McGilded. Yes, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. That's right. Only Mason wasn't his surname at all. It was his given name. His full name was Mason Milverton. Milverton? Do you mean to say Saints Alive? Mr. Ashley Milverton, is it not the case that the brickmaker, Mr. Mason Milverton, was your father? Oh, I don't... As I believe I mentioned earlier, your family history will have been thoroughly checked when you joined the civil service. And it really would take no time at all for the court to subpoena those records. The truth is, you have been illegally acquiring highly confidential government information and selling on to McGilded in collaboration with your father. Oh. Let me guess. This is the first time, or not? The new facts and evidence unveiled by the cross-examination of this witness all come together to reveal the truth. The truth, you say? That you collaborated with your father, Mr. Mason Milverton, in illegal dealings with Magnus McGilded. By dint of this music box, you mean, Counsel? Yes, stealing information being sent in secret government communications and selling it on to McGilded. Mr. Graydon concocted this elaborate scheme of using 2 music box discs to encode the information, as presumably a safety measure against the information falling into the wrong hands. And a very effective one. I shouldn't have given the scheme any credence whatsoever. But the deal with McGilded went sour, and the brickmaker met his end. Yes, but before he was arrested, McGilded had managed to temporarily dispose of the stolen disc at the pawnbroker. Then, having learnt of the situation, you appeared at Windybanks 2 days ago, in an attempt to recover the 2 articles McGilded had placed and pawned there. But that attempt failed. One of the discs was seized by the police, and the other you never found. So that same night, you enlisted the help of the Skulkin brothers and broke into the pawnbrokery. This time, determined to recover the second disc. Are you suggesting that the second disc was inside the music box? We never knew nothing about that. On the night that Mr. Windybank was killed. Here it comes. The intruder to the pawnbrokery touched one item, and one item alone. The music box. As rather ingeniously demonstrated using the 2 prints from the security camera indeed. So the question that naturally begs answering is this. Why was only that one article disturbed? The answer is obvious. Because it contained the second disc, which the intruder was desperate to retrieve. Since, if it were to fall into the hands of the police, it would be proof of high treason. Well, Mr. Graydon? Do you deny that all of this actually began on that fateful night 2 months ago? I refuse to accept any of this nonsense. Sir. There appears to be blood seeping through the sleeve of your jacket. What? Huh? 2 nights ago, we know that 3 shots were fired at the scene of the crime in Windybank's pawnbrokery. One took the life of the pawnbroker himself. One struck the pouch around Mr. Sholmes' waist. They cut him up for nothing. And the final bullet struck the calendar on the wall of the shop, having first pierced the arm of one of the intruders. Mr. Graydon, that wound on your arm that you seem to be trying to hide, it's a bullet wound, isn't it? He's got you now, me old China. Better call it quits and croak, I reckon. Don't acknowledge my presence there under any circumstances whatsoever. Those were my terms, remember? And I paid you handsomely to comply. Clearly I was a fool to think I could trust some common slum thieves. Just realized I'm doing Shelms' voice again. Huh? Fine, I admit it. I was there in Windybanks that night. I paid this pair 10 guineas to accompany me. And as you've noticed, I sustained an injury in the course of my adventures. Oh god. I'm going into Shelms on accident. But that is all. I admit to nothing more. Dealing government secrets, negotiating with Mr. McGilded. Still prances. As God is my witness, I'm sure I recall nothing of the sort. He's not going to go down without a fight. Not until I can show hard evidence, I suppose. Nevertheless, the defense has now established a crucial fact. Which is? Well, we know that one bullet was fired from each of the 2 firearms we have in evidence. The bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun hit the pouch around Mr. Shelms' waist. And the bullet from Mr. Windybank's gun clearly must have been the one that caught Mr. Graydon on the arm. Indeed it must. We can rule out the possibility that the man shot himself. And that leads us to only one conclusion. Mr. Windybank was shot by a 3rd gun, which can only have been fired by the 3rd intruder. Goodness. That's right, Mr. Graydon. The only person who could possibly have shot Mr. Windybank that night is you! Hold it! Is that his voice? That was his voice. You little upstart. You made a grave mistake when you summoned me here. What? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, as you rightly say, I was there at the pawnbroker's. I did my best to hide the fact, naturally. I had no intention of ruining the distinguished career I'd built for myself at the communications station. But did the thought never cross your mind? Did you never consider that possibility? What? What do you mean? What thought? What possibility? The possibility that if I was there at the scene, I may have witnessed the crucial moment. You see, this makes me a key witness in this case, and I have my hands firmly around the neck of your client. What? Are you suggesting... I saw it all. I saw the very moment that pickpocket girl pointed the gun at that poor defenseless pawnbroker and shot him. You... What? Order, order, order! Well, it would seem we are now finally entering the last act of this theatrical trial. Mr. Graydon? Yes? I trust you are fully aware of the implications here. If it is shown that your claim is false, you will have incriminated yourself as the killer. Oh, I understand fully. Then I must ask you to give your formal testimony once more. You explain to the court precisely what you saw at the moment the defendant allegedly shot the victim. Nothing would give me greater pleasure. Alright, that voice still needs work. But it's getting a better spot. Okay, that'll be next time. The moment of the shooting. The next section will be this, so let's save for now. That'll be next time. So, that is the game for now, and is this the final testimony? I don't know. Maybe there was one more, I don't know. But that's it for now. I have fun, hope you have fun watching. That's what's up, as it. Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.